Hello and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. Today's video is going to be my February empties video and my next update on my one out, one in beauty project. So let's talk some trash, shall we? So I don't have too many empties this month, which means that I'm finally working through some of those products that have been hanging around and I'm down to just my usual products that I'm using, which is nice. I have divided these into categories per the usual, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with body care products. I have two of them. The first one is this Tree Hut Shea Sugar Scrub in Moroccan Rose. This comes in this tub. I have realized that I prefer more finely milled scrubs, so I will not be purchasing regular sugar scrubs anymore. This has a very lovely scent. I do enjoy the scent of it, but I don't like the texture. So I have replaced this with something else, which you will see when I do my one out, one in update. But this is my first body care empty. And then I also am putting this one in with body care, even though it's technically not, but this is the Calming Chill Pill Fizzy Bath salts, I believe. They're bath salts from Oracacia. They come in these little packets. I had one of these in my January empties as well. This one, I liked the scent a little bit better than the first one that I used, but this one has lavender in it. I'm not the biggest fan of lavender. So I found two other scents of these to try out, and hopefully I will find one that I actually enjoy. They give like a nice like bubble to the water, and if you enjoy the scent, it would be like a nice experience. I didn't love the scent, so for me it was just kind of meh. Moving on to some random items that don't really fit in other categories. I do have a razor refill from Flamingo. I have a like facial razor from Flamingo. They came, I believe, in a 3-pack. And then I have a toothpaste. This is the Colgate Total Whitening toothpaste. It's just a toothpaste. I used to use this toothpaste all the time when I was shopping back in December, I think. Target had like a buy one, get one half off. So I have another toothpaste that I'm using, but I didn't purchase it this month, so you're not gonna see it in this video. Now let's talk supplements. I have 3 of them. 2 of them you have seen in previous empties. One of them is new. This is the Nature Made D3 gel caps. I was taking separate things to kind of help boost my immune system. This was just the last carryover of those separate pills. So I won't be repurchasing this because what I take now already has this in it, so I don't need a separate one. Then I have another container of the Flow Ovarian Support Vitamin Capsules. I've talked about these. This did help even out my cycle. It helps with some side effects of your cycle as well. So I've seen some nice results with this and will continue to take it. And then the last one is another one that you see in every single empties video. It is the EU Natural Urinary Harmony capsules. It looks like this. I've talked at length about how I am prone to UTIs, and as a teacher, you don't get to use the bathroom whenever you want to because nobody can watch your class. So these have come in super handy. I've been taking them for probably close to 2 years now, and I have not had a UTI since I started taking them. So it's definitely working, and I will continue to take. Moving on to skincare, I do have another pack of the Cosrx Acne Pimple Master Patches. I've talked about these. I like that they come in 3 different sizes, and I like that they stay on my skin. So these are kind of my go-to. I will continue to purchase, although I have currently like 3 more of these in my cabinet because I tend to buy like a pack of 3 or 4 at a time. Next, I have a toner. This is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Wild Oat Hydrating Toner. It looks like this. This smells like glazed donuts, which is a little odd, but I did like how soothing and hydrating this was on my skin. However, I have replaced it with like an old favorite toner, so I have not purchased this particular one again. I could see myself picking it up again at some point, but for now, I'm going to kind of enjoy the throwback of one that I loved in the past. And the last skincare item is a vitamin C serum. It is the Derma E Vitamin C Concentrated Serum. It looks like this. It does have a pump. I did quite like that this was airless, but I don't think that this did anything for me because I have not been using it now for about a week to a week and a half since I've run out, and I noticed like no difference. So for me, I don't think this one is strong enough. I am going to try one from La Roche-Posay at some point, but I'm trying to finish up an azelaic acid product before I get a new vitamin C one, so I will let you know if there's any kind of difference between the more expensive one and this one, which was pretty inexpensive. You can get it at Ulta. It just doesn't work for me personally. And the bulk of my empties for February are makeup empties, which is very exciting. So the first one is this ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. It looks like this. I was using the shade Light 45W. It was a decent shade match, not perfect. I did mix a little bit of like a blue foundation mixer in because it was starting to pull a little bit yellow. I don't really know what's up. All of my foundations are pulling a little bit yellow right now, but yeah, so this was fine. Very light to medium coverage, not really buildable, looks natural on the skin. For me, it doesn't hold up terribly well because I am combo oily. So if you have drier skin, this would probably work a bit better for you. Next, I have some eye products. So this first one is the Caloray Come Hell or High Water Mascara. It looks like this. This was just a little mini one. This is a tubing mascara. I talked about in my makeup basket how I didn't love this. It was kind of gunky and messy. The product would like dry on the brush and I'd have to like peel it off. It would also dry like around the edge of the tube and I just didn't love that. I also thought it looked kind of clumpy on my lashes, so just not my favorite. I will not be repurchasing. Then I have this Urban Decay Brow Blade. It looks like this. I particularly like the brush tip, which is nice and fine. And it also does have like a solid eyeliner as well. I used this end up ages ago and was just working on finishing up the liquid part. I could definitely see myself repurchasing this because I do enjoy it. Right now I have a different brow pencil that I'm just using in its place, but this I could definitely see bringing back into my collection because I do really like that brush tip end. And then the last eye makeup product is a brow primer. This was from ABH. I cannot sharpen this anymore, so it does look like there's product left, but you can see it's starting to pull away from the outside of the pencil, so I can't sharpen it anymore. It doesn't turn in my sharpener. This was fine. I do like that you get your money's worth on this, but right now I'm actually not using a brow primer and I'm not really seeing any difference. So I'm gonna kind of go without one for a while to see if this is really a step that I actually need. And the last two items, three technically, are some powders. The first one is this No. 7 Translucent Pressed Powder. It comes in a compact like this. I did finish it all the way up. I was using this for my under eye powder. However, I don't think they make this anymore, so I have replaced it with something else, which you'll see in just a minute. And then I also did finish the two powders that I had in this container. This is from Estetica. I finished that powder ages ago, but I had a Wet n Wild powder and a NYX powder kind of combined in here. It's officially gone. It's empty, so I have replaced this with something else, which you will see again in just a second. Okay, so those are all the empties. As I said, not a ton this month, which is fine. I do, however, have some things to go over for my one out, one in project, so let's move on to that update right now. Okay, I'm moving over so I can put the graphic right here. I have not added up the total amount of my empties in terms of the price, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the screen for you right here. I am going to add that to the total from January, so again, here is that graphic, because I am kind of trying to keep an eye on how much the empties that I'm using are worth, because I just personally find that interesting. So there's the math for all of that. Now, talking about replacements, because I am doing a one out, one in project. So first of all, let me go back to January's video when I used up a hairspray. I mentioned in that video that I had purchased a replacement, but not until February. That has since come. It's this one right here. This is the Moroccan Oil Luminous Hairspray, and this did cost me $27.42. So this is the replacement for that hairspray from January. Replacing the sugar scrub is this First Aid Beauty KP Bump Eraser Body Scrub with 10% AHA. It looks like this, and it does retail for $30. This is the Indie Lee CoQ10 toner, and I love this stuff. It is a pump with a spray bottle. I really, really like this. This used to be my go-to toner, and I just wanted to bring it back and see if it was just as good as I remembered, which it is. But this did cost me $34.22 as a replacement. Replacing the foundation from ColourPop, I picked up this CoverGirl Clean Matte BB Cream for oily skin, which looks like this. This retailed for $7.28. And then I have the two powders. So the first one is my new under eye setting powder. I went with the one from LYS. It's very pretty. This is the LYS Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder. It looks like this, and this retails for $19. And then to replace my face setting powder, I decided to go with the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder, which looks like this. And this one was only $6.99. So definitely cheaper in terms of the replacements. And the last purchase that I made in February was a replacement for my diffuser for my hair dryer. So I had to purchase a new one because the old one that I had got dropped way too many times, and it started breaking around the top here, so it could no longer stay connected to my hair dryer, which obviously is a bit of a problem. If I only used this one, I could have just taped it on, but because I switched between the nozzles, that just wasn't gonna happen. So I did pick this one up, and it cost me $32.39. So that brings me to 7 new items brought into my collection for a total of $157.30. Combining that with the total that I spent in January is this amount on the screen, because I have not done that math yet. But overall, I'm very pleased with the amount of products I've been able to move out of my collection for the first 2 months of the year. And it gives me a differential of 8 items, 15 that I'm moving out, 7 items that I'm bringing in. So all in all, pretty good. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my channel if you would like to see more from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.